Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today's video is about disease. And what I mean by disease is not like a physical disease, more like a mental disease, a flesh disease. And I'm going to be talking about sin in a way. Don't be dismayed by the video just because you're not a Christian or anything like that. I feel like what I'm about to say really is truly, honestly, honest to God, from the bottom of my heart, important for everyone who's watching right now. There are things that will keep you from being successful. There are things that will keep you from being productive in your own life and reaching your goals. There are diseases you can have inside of your mind that create urges and addictions with monstrous growths to isolate you away from friendships, family, success. And here is a list of those things. Anger. That means annoyance, jealousy, frustration, rage, hatred, agitation, aggravation, all of those things. Anger. That's what those are. That's where all of those things come from. That will cause you to be miserable very, very often with many, many people in many, many situations. Almost every single day of your entire life if you do not tackle them, if you do not gain some control over them. I just did a video about control. It's important to have some level of control in your life. And that being controlling is not always a bad thing as long as you're being controlling for yourself in a good way, not hurting others. That's a disease. Anger. It will eat away at you and it will kill you. Sooner or later, it will kill you. It makes people angry at you. It's contagious. You hurt yourself and everyone around you when you are easily irritated. You're irritable. You're easily agitated. You're kind of just in a grumpy mood all the time. You wake up grumpy. You're easily annoyed. You're just an angry person. You're filled with hatred. You exhibit rage. It creates violence. It creates destruction. So that's the first disease. The second disease, sadness, depression, sorrow, regret, grief, guilt. All of that comes from sadness. That's a disease. Will make you feel like you have 1,000 gold bars on your shoulder and you can't use any of them. You're just under the world and you cannot get over your sadness. It's just an underlying current that's always there and you can never not be sad. You're always a little bit sad. And it feels like there's no cure for it. And depression, how horrible that makes you feel, how it takes all of the good out of the world. It blinds you from the good. All you can see is darkness. All you can see is all of the bad things happening. You're focusing on those things. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. That for sure hurts productivity. That also isolates you from your friends and family. It isolates you from your routine, from your responsibility. Maybe you have pets. Maybe you have a job that you need to do. It hurts all of those things. Not only does it keep you from reaching your goals productivity-wise, but it makes you forget your goals. It makes you not even care about them anymore. It's like burnout, dropout mentality. That's what depression creates. That's what sadness creates. Regret, grief. Because you cannot get over these things. It's important to let go. It's important to just accept things and to forgive yourself because you love yourself and you love others and you forgive them. And it's important to use logic. Could I have really done something? Maybe you couldn't have, to be smart about these things and not blame yourself for things that are not your fault. And even if something was your fault, and analyze it to make sure it was, and maybe it was your fault genuinely, and you taking responsibility, great, good for you. But forgive yourself for that. That is important. It doesn't matter if anyone else forgives you. They should forgive you. Yeah, they should. But if they don't, it doesn't matter. You need to forgive yourself. It's so important. And you need to forgive everyone else because it's healthy for you. And if you're a Christian, that's number one. You need to forgive people because that means the Creator might not forgive you, right? It's important to forgive people and forgive yourself for everything. Even if you're not a Christian, it keeps you from being productive. Get rid of that guilt. Get rid of that regret, that shame, that all is an abundance of sadness and depression. You need to get it out of the way. Blow it out of the water so you can go for a nice, long, smooth swim in a warm, comfortable wave. So you don't have to deal with these dark thoughts. So that's number 2. That's the second disease. What's the third disease? Disgust, judgment. Those 2 big things. You're easily disgusted by people. Maybe you're a germaphobe and germs scare you and you're easily judgmental. You just see something and you feel like you know the answer. I know why they're like that. If they just wouldn't be like that if they would do this. And if you just had some compassion, you wouldn't be so easily disgusted. If you understood there's beauty in everything, if you could see that, if you had understanding, knowledge. It's the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding, the lack of foresight, the lack of compassion and kindness that creates disgust and judgment. That will push you away from people that might actually be really good people. That is very anti-productivity. It's not good for you. So those 2 big things, pretty simple, pretty harmful. You don't want to be caught in that trap. Some ways you can get out of that is just try to understand the beauty of complexity and how everything has a beauty to it, even if you can't understand it. That alone will help you. And try to look at people and force yourself to think positive thoughts instead of negative ones. So until you kind of get a hold, you put the horse blinders on, you can see positivity in every situation. I want to understand this person. I want to help this person. Not I want to just assume that they're doing this because they're stupid, or you assume it casts a dark shadow on people. It makes you not like people. It makes you want to go away from people. I know that's not a good person. They must be stupid. They must be irresponsible. You don't know that. Even if you do know that, even if you're right, what good does it do to judge them? You're not God. What good does it do? And even if you're not a Christian, what good does it do? Tell me that. Leave a comment down below. What good does it do? I want to know. Because I don't think it does any good. You should still want to help them. You should be angry because they're in that situation, not angry at them for being in that situation. You should want to help them. So that's the third disease. Disgust, judgment. Okay? Anti-productivity. The next thing, lust. Number 4. Some people don't want to admit it. Some people like to think that it's not so bad. Here's why lust is bad. It's evil. Here's why. Lust does not care about respect. Lust does not care about honor. Lust does not care about loyalty. It doesn't care about truth. It doesn't care about dignity. You will just disrespect yourself in the name of lust. You will disrespect other people's relationships in the name of lust. Sometimes marriages, disrespect marriages in the name of lust. Desecrate places in the name of lust. Be violent, grotesque, be oppressive in the name of lust. Be twisted and wicked in the name of lust. Be unloyal in the name of lust, disloyal. That's why lust is bad. That's why lust is a disease. That's why lust is a problem, because it breaks apart strong bonds with people. It breaks hearts. It makes people feel stupid. It makes people feel dirty. It makes people feel ashamed of themselves. I have to do the rest of the video out here. But that's why lust is bad. That's why lust is hurtful. It causes pain. And that's just not good. And it'll never be good. Even if you have control over it, you're not supposed to do it. And if you are a Christian, you should know that that's disrespectful to God, right? Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about, the most important thing I'm going to talk about, is fear. I'm back in here now. Fear, stress, paranoia, worry, that insecurity, that is the peak of all bad habits. That insecurity itself is just the source of all problematic behaviors. All of them. Stress is a killer. Stress causes cancer. That really does give you actual disease. Anger can do the same thing. All of these can do the same thing, actually. Being worried every time someone leaves, being paranoid every time you're sitting next to an open window, or just being germophobic. Phobia. You're scared of so many different things. You're scared of heights. You're scared of car rides. You're scared of this. You're scared of that. That will eat you alive until you have no freedom left. It takes away your freedom. It takes away your liberty. And that is, guess what? Anti-productive. Okay? Not good. Causes huge problems. Paranoia is one of the worst feelings you can ever have. Okay? Horrible feeling. Being worried about somebody. Horrible feeling. Just being insecure, scared. All of those feelings are so uncomfortable and so unbearable. They most certainly will take all of the quality out of your life, which is anti-productive. Not too much else to say about that. That is the big killer. That will literally kill you quick till you are a completely different person. That will break you down if you let it. Fear. That's a huge, huge problem. So that's fear. Number 5, fear. And that's really all my video is. But if you want to be productive, try to love more and hate less. Because love is the opposite of hate. Try to look for reasons to be happy instead of sad. Try to look for reasons to be compassionate instead of judgmental. Try to look for reasons to be a builder instead of a destroyer with lust. The opposite of lust is not love. The opposite of lust is creativity, because lust is a destroyer. Use that sexual, creative energy to build something. And instead of being scared, be brave in your fear. Face your fears. It's not easy. It's probably the hardest thing you'll ever do. But it's extremely liberating. And you will be so happy for yourself. You will feel so accomplished that you did that. And that's my video. I love you guys. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss an upload. Tell all your friends and family. Leave a comment down below. My social media is in the description down below. And I'll be back in a flash. Thank you for watching so much.